Rightly said Toastmasters Ashwini. Very enthusiastically, I took up this first project, thinking that telling about yourself can never be so difficult. After all my life, I have been patiently hearing from others the various aspects of their life. So I thought it's a good time, it's my turn now to lullaby others, telling something great about myself. But when I really sat down writing my speech, I could not imagine, is there nothing in the last 30 years of my life worth telling other than, of course, the censored aspects of my life. So I gave up my writing. But as days start approaching, I start trembling. I was cursing the position of my stars when I thought and when I took up this project of speaking my first speech. I could have very well waited for 2-3 more weeks when other people would have copy-pasted their ideas and given a wonderful speech. By the way, this talent I discovered, developed and mastered in my 4 years of engineering. But as always, I was able to complete my speech on the last moment and once again proved myself correct that man and only man performs very well under pressure. Okay, let me give you a quick biodata about myself. I was born in a village in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Since I was born, the village has twice changed its name, so it doesn't really matter what it is called now. And I did my schooling from a convent school. No, not in a village, but in a place which is like slightly better than a village. It so happened that my father got posted after 3 years and I got the chance to study in a convent school. Otherwise, I would have been in the village discovering the 3 laws of Newton's all over again. You know, I have this inherent tendency of discovering hidden things and proposing theories, earth-shaking theories. These theories are quite secret, but I am willing to pass it on over a cup of tea, of course of free tea. Okay, I did my engineering from a college, which I supposed was an engineering college, but when I joined, I discovered it was everything other than engineering. I was shattered a bit because from childhood, I wanted to develop a car which can run on water. I did my civil engineering. I don't know what civil engineering I studied over there because the combined knowledge of all the civil engineers in my department was less than the worker actually doing the civil engineering work. So anyway, my first year was worst, second year I hated, third year was terrible, but out of surprise the last year I topped in the department. That is when I discovered that all have got the job and nobody is interested in studying that subject. So I was somehow able to top in that department. And then, but I also got some software kind of a job. So I joined the software job, but after some time, I don't know what happened, I started hating that job and started getting interested in civil engineering. After all, I have spent 4 years of my life studying that subject. So I resigned from that job and started looking for some civil engineering kind of job. And I got an interview call from one place. I went up there for interview, but to my surprise, I could not locate the address. And I tried to find it out, and then I actually found that it is the address of some architect who is operating from his house. So when I went over there, I saw 4-5 beautiful workers over there. So I thought that it won't be so worse. So, but then the daughter of the CEO came to take my interview because the CEO himself has forgotten that it is my interview today. So the daughter started with some HR type of questions which I very well handled, and then she asked me about my hobbies. So, well, this is the moment I was waiting for because after this moment I can handle any interview. Very confidently I told her handwriting analysis. So I can see the surprise in her eyes. She told me to analyze her handwriting. I did it. I impressed her so much, which I could see in her eyes and her smiles and laughs and shyness. So that I thought that it's my turn. to start negotiating my salary. But just then her father entered and they discussed something for 10 minutes in privately. And then after that he gave me such a look as if I have done something wrong with the daughter. Then ultimately I got a job over there. I joined the job, but don't ask me what happened there. Once after a week I ran away from there. In fact, in a hurry I forgot to pick up my umbrella and the beautiful mug that the daughter has given it to me, coffee mug. So okay, so that's from the. Then again I am back to the software job, and I was very lucky over here because not in the work but in the share market, because in this company I got a lot of free time and free internet. I did a lot of buying, selling of shares, and made a huge amount of profit for my brokers. And at one point my bank balance was also showing zero. But because of all this, one good thing happened is that I become a part of a group of people who have lost a good amount of money in share market. And when I went over there, I saw all the IT people were there. So I could very well relate to each other, and after a few years we started a company in the stock market area, with the aim that, well, everybody let them lose, we always gain. So okay, let me just tell you quickly about myself. I am married, though sometimes I really forget it. My marriage is a side effect of my handwriting analysis skill. But anyway, I have a very beautiful child. Outside the consequence of my marriage, I have a very beautiful child. And life has given me one more opportunity to live it as beautiful as it can. And with this, I thank Toastmasters for letting me think about myself, and also Mr. Toastmaster Ashwani for letting me speak that too. Thank you.